Hey guys, it's Jay here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to print DTG or direct to garment, which means you're going to print directly to your garment or your textile or whatever it is you might be printing. Today I'm going to be printing on this t-shirt, and I'll show you that process and how that goes out and how we handle that here with our machines. Okay, first, I've never had this machine on my channel before. This is our direct to garment. It's a RFT S2. I'll put a link to it in the description so you guys can get more information on that later. But anyways, it has a printing area of about almost 12 inches by 16 inches. So you can print almost any size t-shirt, unless you're a big guy like me, maybe wearing a 3XLT on this machine. So let's take a closer look real quick, and then I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so this is what we're printing on. It's called the platen. You'll actually print on that, so I'll show you that in a moment. With the QR code here. If you guys actually wanted to search up this QR code, you can pull up and communicate to my actual printer. This pops up here with a hydraulic, which I actually really like, but this is our inks, CMYK, your white with a white stir, comes around, printing Hanzon N10 motherboard. That's the print head board. This one's printing with two XP600 print heads. You can get this in 1, 2 print heads, doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter for speed, that's the difference. Alright, so let's get to work. Okay, to know how to do this exactly, you need the exact measurements, which is going to be metric on this. But anyways, I would put it at 11 5/8 by 15 3/4 for your printing area, and I'll show you how to do that. We're going to go set up a graphic right now. All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to actually set this to the by what is it, 15 3/4, I believe. That's not 5/8. 11.625 is 11 5/8 and 15 3/4. So this is the size of the platen that we have to print on. Okay, and then this is the graphic that I'm actually going to print. We need to get this. You can see it's a very high quality graphic, 52 inches to fit. And we're just going to shrink it. Now, the rule of thumb is you can shrink images, but you cannot increase the size on images. And then I don't want to be humiliating big, but that's not too bad. All right, so this is the size of the platen. The reason why I do this is because I want to be able to reference right where my graphic is going to land on the shirt. If I want it to be dead center in the shirt, I'll make it dead center by highlighting everything and then pressing the E button and the C button, and then that'll be dead center in there. Or maybe we want the graphic itself to be a little low, we just move it down, or a little high up on the shirt. So I'm going to actually put it probably not dead center, but a little high right there, and then I'm going to press the C button just to align it this way. So I want my graphics to be this size, so it's easy to reference where to print your graphic on your shirt. All right, so I'm going to take this guy. Oh, by the way, I'm using CorelDRAW 2020. I love CorelDRAW. I've multiple licenses on CorelDRAW throughout our multiple different versions. So it's what I'm versed in and what I'm most comfortable using. So you might get bored and see me doing something in this, but the one downside with CorelDRAW is we can't do spot color. So we do spot color in Photoshop, which a lot of people like to use Photoshop. I just spend all my time with my lasers and CorelDRAW, so that's what I use. But anyways, this outline here, sorry for my rant, we are going to drop this down, and I'm going to have no outline. So just no color, just referencing, hey, this is the size I want my graphic right here. Now I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Export, and then we're going to save this as, I like to save it as a PNG file, just so I can prepare this for my spot channel. So export this to my PNG. So, and you can see the background here is now because of my square that we drew up there. So this is the size of the platen. We know that's going to hit dead center in the shirt, exactly where we want to hit. I'm exporting as RGB colors. Click OK. All right, so a lot of things something that some people don't know with DTG, you only need to print white if you have a darker color shirt, and you only need to pre-treat your shirt if you're printing white. So if you're printing like a white shirt, you don't need to pre-treat your shirt. You don't need to print white. You just throw your shirt on that printer right now and print it. Now I've chosen to print a dark shirt. and I'm going to print on the front of this shirt. So what we need to do now is our pre-treatment. Pre-treatment's a very simple thing to do. It's something some people like to pre-treat all their shirts and then lay them out, let them dry, and do the next day. But I'll show you a step how to do that right now so you can print t-shirts on demand for some people. Okay, I put my pre-treatment conditioner in a spray bottle. I'll put the pre-treatment conditioner in a link in my description below on how to do this. And what we're going to do is I'll bring you in right now and show you. All right, so it's best to set up a box. If you're worried about your fumes and all that stuff, you don't want to breathe in pre-treatment conditioner and inks. You want to set up a box and spray in there. So do as I say, not as I do. Doing this for the sake of you. All right, so this is the shirt in the printing area that I want to print on. I'm just going to lightly spray my shirt like so. That's it. And now we have a wet, pre-conditioned shirt that is wet, so we need to actually dry that. So you can set that out to dry and print it the next day, or what I like to do is actually get out my press, and we're going to press the shirt just so it dries. And we'll hold that down until it's dry. Well, it'll hold itself down. What that allowed was, now we have a flat iron shirt with the shirt press, and it's dry, so it's ready to print. And I just realized I don't have a sponsor for a shirt press, so I'm interested if there's a sponsor out there watching. Send me a message, I'm interested. Send me a message, I'm interested. But I'll put a link in the description below to Amazon for where we purchased the shirt press. It's actually quite a nice one. Okay. So this is the platen. So you may notice this actually comes up. Okay, we'll pull this off and set it to the side. And now we're going to position the shirt on here. If you recall, it's going to print somewhere right in here. So that's going to be a little low. I'm going to put it about here. That way the top of the head might hit about here. All right. All right. So now we'll put the cover on. Now this is two things. This pulls this flat for you and holds it tight. So we're going to stick and tuck all the excess underneath this. Nice and flat. And you can see you got maybe an inch and a half to tuck here for your sweaters or whatever. Lots of room. It does do the smart printing. I'll show a quick blur on how to do that right here. Okay, so we're also, this printer is equipped with the smart printing technology where you scan that QR code there and we open this up, and I'll show this to you. We just don't, I don't have this set up currently on this printer, but it is capable of doing it if you install this software on it. So this is the t-shirt printer. We'll go ahead and customize it. Sorry, we have slow internet here. Okay, so we're printing on, all right, there's the square box there is your printing area for this printer. And what we can actually upload a photo. If you want to upload a photo, say I want to actually, let's take a photograph. So I can actually take a photograph of my tripod or my dirty shop over there. Here, I'll take a picture of the printer. There we go. Oh, it's beautiful. Picture of the DTG printer. And we can put this up in here. And we'll size it. Maybe we want to go crooked here. Alright, that looks great. And then here, I'm going to change the background. Let's change it to red. Alright, and then we can actually click place order. And then we would go to the printer and we'd tell it, hey bro, I want to print white or not print white, depending on the color of the t-shirt that you're on, and then just print from there. So this is a way to do spot color or set your prints up in a pretty cool way on the DTG printer without using any Photoshop or any graphic software if you find that easier. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to go ahead and load this up into the traditional software. For those of you that are using the flatbed printers and whatnot, this is the same software that you're using with the UV printers that we show lots of videos of. With direct to garment, you need to be careful because the ink's not completely dry. It's dry enough, but you don't want to, you can smudge it and still smear it, unlike your UV inks. So there's one more step that we need to go. Oh, by the way, I know I sped up the printing, but it took just over 5 minutes to print this t-shirt. So I suppose 10, 12 t-shirts an hour would not be ridiculous for one machine. So what can a t-shirt sell for? 25, 30 bucks? Put in the comments below. Say you have 30 bucks, so $360 an hour running a DTG printer. If you had two, you could double that, because while that's printing, you set that one up. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to take it over here back to the shirt press. You see how I'm careful not to smudge it. You can, again, let this sit out overnight and dry it that way and have it tomorrow. But I'm actually going to be setting this up at the Circleville Pumpkin Show, if you ever heard about that. And we're going to be printing some t-shirts on demand for some customers, earning that $360 an hour. So, boo. It's a Teflon paper, put it over the ink. Get it without that. Go ahead and press that. Now it's not DTF. DTF means direct to film, means you're printing to a film. DTG, printing to a garment or a textile. So don't confuse this with DTF. We don't need to dry it like a DTF. If you guys want to see videos on DTF printing, we actually have DTF printer. I'm actually standing right beside it. And I can show you videos on DTF. Okay, that should be good enough. It doesn't take very long at all, 15 seconds or so, 300 degrees. I'm going to shut this off. Just because I'm done with it, I only turned it on for you guys. Ooh, it's hot. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so we're left with this finished product here, and we did the cowl, the Highland cowl. And you can see now we're dry. This really feels, and you could stretch it, see? Doesn't crack already. It's gonna last a good long time. It really feels like silk screen. Okay, well that's a direct to garment. This is the TS2, it's a 2-head XP600 print head. I'm just gonna clean it up real quick and we'll be done. So I'm Jay, this is my to-do list. Thanks for stopping.